this computer. Okay. So there's a few things that she wanted me to cover, and then I'm going to open up to any questions if you guys have any in the end. And if people hop on like throughout, I'll just let them see the recording or something. Okay. You guys can hear me? Okay. Because this thing doesn't work all the time. I don't know. Megan, right? Doesn't it not?
Yeah. Dude, you're good.
Okay. How much of Danny's training have you guys gone through?
Like 50%.
50%. Okay. I have not seen her new training. So I don't know what all she covers in there. Cause I have my own training for my clients or for my coaches. But the biggest thing that obviously we're going to talk about, shoot, hold on. My computer's about to die. Oh shoot. I am not prepared. Chris took the girls outside to play so I could do this. So. Yeah. Okay. So Success Club. Do you guys know what that means?
Yeah.
If you're new people, do y'all know what that means? Okay. So Success Club basically just means that you get 3 people every single month started on their fitness journeys, and you just get them, or on their businesses, and you just get them started the same way that you started. It's really that simple. So when you first signed up, you know how you get like a challenge pack, that way you get all the tools that you need in order to really get the results. That is how we want to start everyone off. And that's why it is called Success Club, because that's how people are going to find success. And so that's 3 people a month minimum. So that's, now it's the points, it's based on points. But so 2 points per person, okay, with a challenge pack. Does that make any sense? So you started, most people here got Shakeology when they first started, right? Everybody got Shakeology? Yeah. So that is how you're going to get other people started too. And so having people do it the same way as you, it's super easy, right? And it's super important because that's how you move your business forward. You know, because if we're all here for our businesses, we all know what our why is, I'm sure, right? Do we all know what our why is? Our purpose. And we want to move our business forward. So we have to minimum 3 people a month. And that's easy. That's only 3 people. That's nobody. That's like hardly anyone, right? Now, the benefits of doing that is, I don't know if you guys covered this, the Success Club, the trips, right? Have you guys heard about the trips?
No.
No. Okay. Do what?
On the East 05 from where I'm at. So that's about
what is
20
that?
for y'all.
Hold on a second. I don't know who that is.
Oh, I think it's Ashley.
Okay. Okay, so 3 people a month. Now, the Success Club trips are every year. Beachbody has a trip, and it's all expenses paid if you get an invitation. Now, in order to get an invitation, it is based on how many Success Club points you earned for the year. So if you want to get an invitation, it's as simple as helping 3 people get started on their journeys every month, right? So like for this year, they just went on a cruise. Everyone just went on a cruise. It was fully paid for. Next year we're going to Punta Cana. I earned my first one. I'm super excited about it. Yay. And so Success Club 5 is the minimum. So that's 3 people, because it's 2 points per person. So you make Success Club 6. Success Club 6. And at that point, do you guys know what an emerald, you guys don't know the ranks yet. Sorry, I'm like trying to like figure out what everybody knows and what everybody doesn't know. Do you guys know the difference between the ranks?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Kind of. Who said that? Okay, Casey.
Tell me the difference between the ranks.
Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is become an emerald. And hold on a second. Ashley, I'm gonna mute you for a little bit, just because I can hear like the muffling. Oh, you're good. Okay. Okay, so emerald means that you have 2 legs, right? It's you, and then you've got 2 legs. So an emerald coach means that you have 2 coaches, 1 on each leg. And they don't have to be like working coaches, like business building. They can be discount coaches. So when I first started, I had 2 of my best friends sign up, and they wanted the discount. And so I became an emerald within my first week. So it's one of those things where you don't have to get results in order to take people on this journey with you and to start. Like, I know that there are a lot of people who think that, well, I don't have results yet. I don't have a transformation yet. You don't have to have a transformation to bring people on the journey with you. I remember when I first started, I was just so excited because I wasn't into fitness and I had finally found something that worked for me and that encouraged me and kept me going because of I was in Danny's accountability group, that I was telling everyone about it. And so that's what we talk about when we say inviting. It's not like this weird thing. It's literally just like, I'm so excited. I'm doing this. I want you to do it with me. Start the same way I started. Let's do it together. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's how you get your first rank is Emerald. And when you do that, that's when you start getting team bonuses. So we get paid every Thursday, right? So your team bonuses, I'm trying to think how to explain this because I don't want to like overwhelm everyone. Is everyone understanding what I'm talking about so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It says, let's see, hold on. So when you become an Emerald coach, you start getting a bunch of perks added to it, right? So you start getting your team bonuses, and then that first month that you make Success Club, you start to get free leads. Okay, so for instance, I have made Success Club almost every single month. So I have like 100 people probably that I have never met in my life. I've never talked to in my life. They've never followed me on social media that are just customers of mine because Beachbody gave them to me because I made Success Club. Yes, question?
How many leads do you get and when do you get them?
So the way it works is you know how every coach has like their ID number, right? So every coach is an order. Okay. So what they do is when somebody signs up through Beachbody.com, like through Team Beachbody, but they don't have a coach, that they get assigned the next person on the list. So it just goes in order and it just depends on how many people sign up. And then it comes back around and then it goes through again. Now I generally get one every 2 to 3 days. I think is usually about how it works. And again, it's one of those things where everybody's different. So some people sign up for the free trial and then they become a customer. And if they get add on, then I get the commission from it. If they sign up with a year of BOD, I get the commission on their next cycle. So when you make Success Club 5, so when you sign up 3 people every month, you get the free leads, but you don't get the original commission. You get the commission when they reorder.
Okay.
But if you make Success Club 10, you automatically get that commission.
And do you find it in your email or in coach office?
Coach office. You got to check your back office.
I just want to say those are awesome because I got that started like in March, and every time I think I'm not going to get paid, I get paid because of that.
Yeah.
Really
and then the team bonuses, because the cool thing about team bonuses is that it's not just your personally sponsored coaches and it's not just people that are within your personal downline. It's literally the entire organization that you have underneath you, all of us working together. So that's something that's really cool too. It's not just like anybody you sign up or anybody that signs up with your coach or whatever. It's literally anybody within the organization. So it's like a team effort. And so that's what makes it really cool. All of us working together, you know?
Yeah.
Do y'all understand that? Do y'all have any questions? No?
What's after emeralds?
Okay, so after emerald is a ruby, but most people skip ruby. So I skipped ruby. Ruby is where you have 2 coaches on each leg. And that's one of the things you guys need to pay attention to is anytime you sign up someone with the discount or like for the business, pay attention to what leg they fall under, because they automatically get put into your weak leg in order for your to stay balanced. But sometimes you'll have like 5 active coaches on your left leg and 1 active coach on your right. And so you need to like move them over. Does that make sense? Which you guys will figure out as you go on. Don't let this overwhelm you. Just it's one of those things where if you hear it over and over again, you'll remember it more likely. So I'm trying to like put that in y'all's head. But a ruby is basically you have 4 active coaches. So you have 2 on each leg, and 2 of those are emeralds. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
What usually happens is people skip ruby and rank to diamond. So like I ranked to diamond, which is 12 coaches. So I have 4 on each leg that are active, and then 1 on each leg is an emerald. So those emeralds have 2 coaches under them, 1 on each of their legs. So diamond is huge. Diamond is when my business, like literally, I felt like it completely opened up. I felt like a whole new person. And it really was not that hard to achieve, honestly.
So,
Because, yeah, go ahead.
so exactly. So you sign up for diamond. To get to diamond, you would have to sign up at least 12 coaches.
No. So you have 8 coaches, 4 on each
8
leg.
coaches.
So you have 4 on
Uh-huh.
each leg, and 1 on each of those legs is
Emerald.
an emerald. So like Megan, she's my emerald.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Now one of the things, I'll be honest, one of the things I did when I first ranked, so what I did, I had my brother and my boyfriend both as coaches under me, and they were accounts that I just controlled. And I made them both emeralds in order to hit diamond my first time. So honestly.
So basically you just signed people up under them, but you were doing the work?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you can tweak it. Like my mom is one of my immediate, she was one of the coaches that got me to emerald. She still is.
And that's how a lot of you'll actually notice that there are a lot of trainings that will tell you that the quickest and easiest way to get to emerald, because I remember I didn't know that when I first signed up. I was like, if I had known, I would have done it right away, but I was so excited. I was telling all my friends, and they signed up.
Maybe the only one?
Huh? What? Someone said something.
Yeah,
Rebecca?
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, so I ended up, when I signed Chris up, I was like, okay, I think with him, I did 3-day refresh, because I was like, I really want to try this 3-day refresh. So I signed him up, and I got that. And then I signed my brother up because I wanted Beachbody Performance. And I was like, dang, if I had known this, I would have done it like my first day as a coach. But yeah, it's cool because you get to control those accounts. You just have to, the only thing is that you have to, like, if you use the same debit card, you can do that for a parent or a spouse or a child. You can use the same debit card. So Beachbody allows you to have yourself and then 2 other uses for your debit card. And so those are the allowances. Can't be a sibling. I found that out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what they had
emailed me about? Yeah. That's okay. They're like, customer service with Beachbody is the best, dude. Like,
yeah, they're really nice. Every time I say something, you're just like, okay. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they're so sweet about it. I'm like freaking out, and they're just like, no, you're good. And then they explain it, and I'm like, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so does that all make sense so far?
Yes,
So far, yeah.
Okay, do you guys all understand like the vital behaviors?
What?
Everybody understand the vital behavior? You don't know the vital behaviors?
No.
Okay, so we have 4. They actually recently changed. The first one, and this company has been around for some time now, and so all of the top coaches, what they've done is they've collected all of the daily activities that our top coaches have done that have found them success. And you just do this consistently, and you're going to have success. You don't have to, there's not too much to think about. You just do these basic things, right? So the first thing is you have to be proof that the products work. So if you're signed up to coach, but you're not following a program, you're not proving that what you do works. Like, how are you going to offer these tools to someone if you're not using them? Does that make sense? So it's just being proof that the products work. And that's why we do our workouts and we drink our Shakeology, because that's the most nutrient dense thing you're going to ever put in your body. And then, so the second thing is inviting. So like I said, it's not when you get excited and you're like, I have this amazing thing that I know is going to change someone's life, you're not afraid to talk to people about it. I'm actually in this like this kind of group with a life coach, but he works with like a lot of Beachbody coaches and stuff, and I paid to work with him. And he talks about how we all know, like, I mean, especially with health and fitness, we all know this is something that people will always need. And we know it's changed our lives. We've seen it change a million people's lives. And sometimes we still get scared to talk to people about it. But why? What is it that we're afraid of? He says, if you have a life raft and you see people drowning in the ocean, is there a wrong way to throw them this life raft? There's no wrong way to save these people. Like, just throw it, just do it. And you learn as you go. And that was something that I had to learn. I am the most like squirrel brain, unfocused, unorganized, lazy person. Like, when I first started this, I was not someone who was I ever thought would be capable of building a business. But I always just trusted Danny. Danny was like, do this, do this, do this. I trusted her. I built my business and it saved my life. This saved my life. And so it's not something that you should ever fear, because it's so funny too, because he says insecurity is like the most selfish thing that you can be. What does he say? Hold on. I wrote it down at some point. He says, success is our moral and ethical obligation. He says, we all have something to teach and share. And I love that he says this too, because he says either we are all capable of being successful or no one is capable of being successful. It's a matter of doing the trainings, learning from the trainings, and just taking action. And that's something that Danielle Natoni, who's one of our top coaches, she lives actually right by me, talks about how she's like, you don't have to keep watching trainings. You're going to learn as you go. You're going to kind of teach yourself, like learn the basics and then just go out there and start talking to people, be excited. And then, and that's how people ask you, like, you're like so excited. And when you're happy and you're like, okay, I'm doing all these amazing things, people want to know what you're doing, but you just have to share it on your social media. That way they know you're doing it. Right. And then, so the third thing is recognition. Now I'll tell you guys, this is one of the things that like made me kind of fall in love with this business, was, you know, I don't know what jobs everybody has had in the past or they have right now, but like, you know, usually you have a job and they kind of treat you like shit, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But like with this, it's you get prizes. Anytime you make Success Club, you get a prize. Anytime you do something amazing, people recognize you. Like anytime you have a client who does something like it has a non-scale victory, shout them out, because that is how people people feel good from that. And that's how people keep going. And that's what made me keep going with my fitness, because I hated fitness. I mean, I literally said, I'm never going to work out a day in my life. And Beachbody happened by accident. I wasn't planning on working out. I just wanted to do yoga like Danny. And lo and behold, now I'm obsessed with fitness. Right. So yeah, so, you know, encourage each other. And when someone does something amazing, like shout them out. It's awesome. And then the last thing is personal development. The last thing is personal development. Do you guys know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know if you might, for me personally, I like to listen to books on Audible. Is everybody reading a book right now or listening to a podcast or something?
Well, I finished You're a Badass, Girl, Wash Your Face, and now I'm on Girl, Stop Apologizing.
There you go. Oh, look at you. Yeah, so I like reading. I just don't have time to read, so I use Audible.
I do too.
And something that I want to stress too, it's like whatever it is that you're feeling that you are struggling with at any moment on your journey, that is the type of personal development you should be seeking out. So I always, like when I first started, I lacked confidence. And so I read You Are a Badass. Danny told me to read that book, You're a Badass. And I was like, okay, self-help books are just totally stupid, but I'll do it. I'll do it. You guys, that was me?
Yeah, that was weird. But okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Why am I echoing?
Hold on a second. Okay, I think it's working now. Yeah, so I was like, was like, all right, I'll do it. And then it's that moment that, you know, you realize like this is actually kind of amazing because there's so much mentally that affects everything, right? It all comes down to your mental, like even with fitness, even in motherhood, even in your job, like everything comes down to your mind. So we are in the business of health, but that includes like a healthy mental, like your mind, right? So for the longest time, that was the only type of book I wanted to listen to was like women empowerment and confidence and things like that. And then like earlier this year, I kind of struggled a lot in like my relationship and a few other like deeper things that I was like, okay, maybe that's the type of personal development I should be listening to. So I started listening to a relationship podcast and I started doing things like that. And then I started to feel better. And then I improved on my social media again. And then I made Success Club again because I didn't make Success Club 1 month this year because I was just so like life got hard. And I continued to show up. So, you know, that next month it was easy for me because people knew I was still showing up. I was still doing my best. I was still feeding like myself to make myself healthy. So even if you're going through like, there's always going to be ups and downs. And you guys need to know that in this business and entrepreneurship, there's always ups and downs. But if you are just consistent with the basic stuff, you're going to continue to succeed. And you need to know that whatever it is that you may be struggling with at any time, you're going to overcome it. Okay? So just, that's something you guys are going to need to remember. You're going to always need to remember your why. Okay, so those are the 4 vital behaviors. All right. Anybody else have any questions? I like went off for a second. I'm like,
my bad. That was my fault.
I missed it.
Oh my God. Sorry, when I didn't mean to talk when you were talking. I didn't even see everybody else at first when I got on.
I'm confused. I missed it.
I was like, are you the only one?
That's what that was. Okay, I was wondering. Oh
my God. I was like, what the heck? Nobody showed up, but never mind, my bad.
Oh my God.
That'd be terrible.
Hey, it happens. It happens. I mean, all of our lives are busy. Like, it happens. But it's you gotta think of this like something that I always keep in mind is like, oh man, so me and my boyfriend, we're both entrepreneurs, and he has his own business, and he has like a couple businesses he does, and I do one of the businesses. I'm doing one of the businesses with him, and then me and my sister are doing something else that has to do with skateboarding. And I always like think about how all the other businesses that we're doing, we've had to invest so much more. We've had to like take so much more time learning because we don't have like someone guiding us. And that's what makes me so grateful for this business, because this was something that I was already investing before I even started. And but you have to have the mentality, like you have to treat it like you invested $1 million, right? Because otherwise it's so easy. Like, I only spent $160. I only spent $235. Like, is it really going to be so bad if I don't do anything with it? Like, it's so easy for that to happen. But in reality, like, there are people out there waiting to hear our story. And you don't have to wait for it. Like I said, you don't have to wait for a transformation to start telling your story, because nobody wants to see the end. Nobody wants to see. I hear people tell me all the time that they appreciate that I didn't wait for like my first transformation, because they were able to see the realness, like the struggle in the beginning, because I could only do like 2 push-ups in the beginning and on my knees. And then like 4 months later, I was like 30 push-ups. So nobody can relate to the 30 push-ups, but people can relate to the struggle of the 2 push-ups, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just, yeah. Okay.
I can't even do a tricep, or what is it? Are they tricep push-ups?
The tricep push-ups, yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah, I can't do those.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Okay, so like my problem with posting videos is that I literally can only do Beachbody on my phone because we don't have Wi-Fi and my internet is my husband's hotspot that he takes with him to work.
Okay.
So I can never record
Way to
myself.
record it.
So in the beginning, what I did when I didn't, because I didn't have like everything I have now in the beginning, I had to like add everything on. I would know what I would pick 2 moves that I was like, okay, she just showed me the moves. I know it's 30 seconds long. I would get out of the app. I'd set my phone down in my shoe. I'd put it in my shoe. I'd set it somewhere and I'd record myself for 30 seconds because I knew I'd count in my head for 30 seconds what the move was. And then there it was. And then I'd go back into the app. And then I'd wait till they were done.
I recorded everything separate. At the beginning, like I didn't record anything like real time.
Yeah.
Like none of my stuff was real time.
Because
So like pick a move that you liked and then
yeah. Because you only have to do a couple. It's not like you have to show everyone like 10 moves. In fact, you probably shouldn't because then you're just giving away free moves.
Seriously. For real.
And I have to mute it. Hold on.
Anybody else got any questions? I think I covered everything.
I don't have questions.
Do you guys, everyone know how to use share a cart?
1 second, guys. What is a share cart?
You don't? Okay.
Educated.
No, you're good. So when you first, let me share my screen with you guys.
Oh my God, Ashley. Kill me.
All right, you guys see my
I
screen?
think Megan posted it. Didn't you post it earlier? Yes.
Okay, so here we go. So you're gonna go, oh my God, open up. Oh shoot, I think it's already open. No, it's not open. Safari, that's what I need. For some reason, Team Beachbody is not working on Chrome for me. Okay, so you're just gonna go to Team Beachbody.
This looks so fancy.
Y'all like my, what's it called? My vision board? We should have
Background?
a third party.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Dude, I need to do mine so bad.
There it is. There's my vision board for 2019.
I need a Mac so bad.
You do need one. Okay, so then you're gonna, let me sign in real quick.
How ridiculous.
Ashley, why are you laughing?
Because my husband hopped into bed in his boxers and he's like afraid to be shown and he's like hiding under the blanket.
I'm so confused. Okay, so when you log in, what you're going to do, and this is the easiest way to set someone up because this also makes it to where you can set them up with the discounts automatically. And that's really, really honestly how you should be signing everyone up because it benefits them and it's the easiest way to do it. And I have found after 1.5 years of doing this that it just makes sense for them to start off that way. And if they want to cancel, it's easier to cancel than it is for them to add it on later because then they have to pay $40 and then they have to get the refund. So it's just easier to do it this way. Okay, so you're going to hover over coach and you're going to click share cart. I think Danny has like a file on this in Lionhearted Movement. See. And then you're going to hit new enrollment / order. You're going to put their email, their name, and then you're going to see my nose. I do everyone as a coach. You're going to switch them over to coach. You're going to click yes. You're going to continue. And then you're going to go to challenge packs. And then you're going to find the challenge pack that they need. And it's Beachbody on Demand. And it's usually the third one. And that's usually the one that most people do is the one with Shakeology because obviously,
So what do you see as the most, what's the word? The most bought challenge pack? Like what is the main one that everybody ends up buying?
Annual Beachbody on Demand with Shakeology. And I always add the containers.
Yeah. Do automatically?
I tell them, I'm like, $7 more. I'm adding it. Like, you need it.
Yeah, for reals. Because I've been trying to give people the option, but girl, go get them. You have a discount now.
Well, you
had to go and buy them separate.
Yeah. Shut up. At least you get a discount on them now.
Yeah, true. That's accurate.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. I still haven't used them.
Oh my god.
The containers?
Yes, all of my progress is just working out. Like my
Which-
5 pounds, just
That's
working
bad.
out.
But you're drinking your shakes too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
but I don't drink them every day.
But
Don't
Yeah, you should.
listen.
okay.
Listen, Lindas. Okay.
I just made those what are they called? The protein squares, the almond protein squares with chocolate
That's good.
from Fixate. I use the Shakeology. They're so good.
Which Shakeology did you use?
Vanilla.
Ugh, I need to get more.
Hey, speaking of Megan, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh,
Everyone
y'all
signed up.
cover
Oh,
that
we're
later. I gotta
recording.
get my kids to bed.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Is there any more questions though? Okay. So one thing we got to do first before we get off of this is we got to do a boomerang.
Yay!
Okay. Hold on. I got to get the aesthetics just right. There we go.
Always. You always have to do that. Okay.
It's crucial. Oh yeah. I'm telling you guys.
Wait, one more.
You guys should have seen my Instagram before. It was so bad. Okay.
All right,
Ready?
was
Oh,
my-
there's Natalie. I was like, where is
That's
she?
good.
Hold up. I gotta make sure I can see everyone too because hold on. Can I just make this bigger?
Let me know when the camera is about to be clicked.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Got it. I got it. Did everybody get it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick.
Y'all send it to me because I have
Here.
only iPhone.
Hold on.
I'm gonna tag you.
No, wait.
Okay.
There's one person in here whose Instagram I don't know. I can't see what your name is on there. I'm sorry.
Pardon me.
Yes.
It's my Instagram is AIDMY _.
Okay. I need to stop recording because